everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 368. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And what is going on, sir? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It was odd, but not too odd to see you gone for your annual sabbatical.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was the greatest weekend of all. WrestleMania. So right off the bat, I want to thank John and Jonathan, Capital Region Electronics Recycling. They were on the show last week. Of course, it would take two to replace me. I don't know if that's a fat joke or just how good I am at this.
I was gonna say I'm not touching that joke.
Little comment.
Normally I'm all up for jokes like that, but no.
You can. If anyone can, you can. We're such great friends.
No. See, I draw lines. very few, mind you, but I do draw lines.
But thank you very much for them jumping on the show. A topic we rarely ever talk about: PC gaming, PC hardware. I admit I am not a PC gamer at all. I know you've dabbled in it. You do play PC games and stuff like that.
I do.
You know?
I have my PC over there. Compliments of John and Jonathan.
Yep.
Bought it at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, and I do have some of my retro games on there. So my King's Quest collection.
Oh, awesome.
Which I love. So
thank you very much, guys, for being on the show. Definitely first time, won't be the only time. Amazing setup. I think it was Jonathan. John. Okay, I forget which ones. So amazing setup, some gorgeous stuff.
Yep.
And for those who definitely enjoyed the show, for those who want more PC, even though I really can't dive into it, but we'll have him back on the show. We'll do more PC gaming talk down the road, definitely. So thank you again.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. And I'll just put this out there right now. If you guys do come on the show another time, I will not surprise you with a pop quiz.
Yeah, when you did that, I was like, okay, interesting, because we've been subjected to pop quizzes when we've been on other shows. And Victims and Villains, Two Middle-Aged Guys. And we're terrible at them.
I know.
Gently, we suck.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, a lot of times they ask some astronomical questions that are ridiculous. But when you broke into the, full disclosure, it's not like I knew what you guys were going to talk about. So, obviously, this is your show as well, so you do whatever you want with it. But when you did, I was listening, and I'm like, he's not going to do a pop quiz. He's not going to do. Oh, he's doing a pop quiz. Okay.
Well, and I thought it would be fun because I thought because we talked PC gaming, and PC gaming is not a big topic we always talk about. I thought it would be kind of interesting to throw a few PC pop quiz questions at them. I did not realize how hard I made them because
wasn't one of the questions, if I remember correct, wasn't one like what was the first CD based video game or something like that? Was that one of the questions or something?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's it. We fell into that trope of doing ridiculous quizzes, but hey, it was awesome.
Hey, you know what? We tried it. Maybe we won't do it again. Maybe we
didn't try it. You tried it.
Well, I tried it, and then just a warning for anybody who wants a guest on our show. It may happen again.
It was awesome though. But nevertheless, thank you very much, guys, for being on the show. And but I'm back here this week, and with the brief hiatus of the game of the week, we're gonna get into that later. But right now, I'm just gonna open end this with the conversation, because one of the things I want to talk about real fast with it, also off for WrestleMania, but it's also been a few weeks since my birthday, and the reason why I say that is because I did get some gift cards. I am not I have no issues with gift cards as a present for birthday or Christmas. So hint. And I'm talking about whether they're video game, like Nintendo points or whatever, or Amazon. So I did get a couple Amazon gift cards, and I did pick up. Nice. I have not opened it yet, but I did pick up the Atari.
Oh, very nice.
400 mini.
400 mini. That's another one that I really want to get. So on my list. So
it is now part of the collection.
Very nice.
Some great. I know we went through the list of games, but of course I forgot. But I mean, on the back, just featuring Berserk, Miner 2049er, Millipede. I never was a fan of Millipede.
Mm.
Star Raiders 2. And of course, you can load your own games on there as well. It says on the box, we're not just hacking this. It says you can load your own games,
Yep.
including the 5200 games. So, which I got to figure out how to do.
Yes.
So, but nevertheless, I did pick this up and I'm very happy. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks awesome. I just like how it's
Yeah.
designed.
Well, it looks great, and most importantly, now it will finally replace your useless Atari VCS.
Don't listen to him. You're okay.
Yeah.
But the big thing for me that I've been doing, I've completed another game in
Ah,
my collection
okay.
after
How
go
many
through something
years?
to say. After 6 restarts, and
Oh,
I think 11 to 15 years after getting the game originally with the
okay.
Nintendo Ambassador Collection
Oh,
on the
wow.
3DS, I
Okay.
have finally completed Metroid Fusion.
Hey, congratulations.
Oh my God. I've literally, this is probably the one game I've restarted most times and
Hmm.
finally got to a finish.
Yeah. Well, I know your love hate relationship with Metroid in general. Like
Oh,
there's more love than hate, but just I know how you often get stuck
oh my
in
God.
Metroid. Like you get stuck in Metroid all the time. Like it
Eh,
doesn't matter which Metroid game.
No, no, Metroidvania game as well. But you're
Yes.
right. Super Metroid, I literally, I want to say there was 2.5 to 3 hours of me just running around trying to figure out what to do next. And I
Hmm.
refused to go to the internet.
Yes.
Um, until I eventually went to the internet.
Yeah. See, and now I've actually changed my tune in general, where it's like if I get stuck for a little while, I will now go to the internet because I'm like, you know what? I don't have time to waste. I'm like, I go look when I was younger, did I want to sit here for 4 hours to try and figure out one thing? Yes. I go nowadays, it's like, can't do it in 20, 30 minutes. I'll look you up. It's okay.
Uh,
As long as it's not like teaching me how to like beat the game itself. Like in other
yeah,
words, like here's how to beat the ending. It's like, no, it's like I want to work through that. But if it's some little minute thing of like, I don't know where to go, fine, I'll look you up
yeah.
and then I'll figure out the
Um,
rest.
Now, my time here now was a
Yep.
now, Metroid Fusion was a Game Boy Advance game, so it was designed on the short end of
Of
gameplay.
course.
So I did clear it in 4 hours and 13 minutes. That's what I
Okay.
love about these Metroid games. Every time you beat them, they
Yep.
give you the time.
They tell you how long.
My completion rating though was a admirable 53%.
I that's not admirable. That's an F in school.
So
You'd be asking the teacher to grade on a curve at that point.
I
So
usually did.
so I
Trust me.
don't yeah, no well I think well congratulations on finishing it for the first time.
Yes.
Now you need to go back and play it again and get a passing grade.
No. I haven't gone back yet to any of them. I should.
Fair.
But the reason why I haven't done that yet is because I picked up now a new Metroid game that I'm playing.
What Metro game are you playing?
To the dismay of a friend of ours, Rich,
Mm.
who is our de facto Metroid fan.
He is our Metroid fan for
Yes.
sure.
I have been playing, and I'm in the middle of almost done with for the Wii, Metroid Other M.
Oh, okay.
A game that was actually a lot of people panned. Rich destroyed it.
Yeah, he hated it.
A lot of people didn't like it. I'm loving it. I'm
Mhm.
enjoying it. It came out, I think, it came out. I don't have the lineage in front of me, but I want to say it came out right after before Fusion, because when I'm playing it, I'm starting to see the stories, the way the stories go
Mhm.
between Fusion and Other M. So
Yep.
it came out before Other M. I think it came out right after Metroid Prime for the GameCube, if I have that correct, which I'm sure I don't. But the game style, it's like a hybrid. I saw what they were trying to do with the Wii, as they do with a lot of games on the Wii.
Mhm.
It's very much a hybrid, like 2D, 3D type game. You play 2D-ish. I mean, you walk around. You can walk. I'll call it 2D for lack of a better term.
Okay.
But like you can move forward, you can move back, but it's still not you don't have free range. You're still limited in the space that you're in.
Yeah, but when you're saying
Excuse me.
2D, are you saying side scrolling?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
It's kind of like a side scrolling, but it's not like it looks like Wii graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
So like it
course.
doesn't look exactly like Dread, if I can say that.
Got it.
I'm explaining it terribly, but
Yes.
to interact with the Wii, what you can do now, you play the game with the Wiimote sideways, like a traditional controller.
Right.
But every once to use the missiles and stuff, that's when you move it, like you point it towards the TV. Now you go into a first person mode, kind of
Ah.
like in Metroid
Mhm.
Prime. No, you don't freely move. You just stand there.
You stand still.
And
Yeah.
then you can aim around. That's when you shoot your missiles and stuff like
Right.
that. So,
Okay.
excuse me. I don't know what everyone's complaining about. I am having a kick with this game.
All right.
Great story. Great. Um, this is the first time I've noticed in a Metroid, and the first time I'm really paying attention to the story itself because the cinematics, the cutscenes, I
Mhm.
think are amazing. I don't know what Rich is talking about with poor voiceover and or acting or whatever. I thought the animation was amazing. If they made it its own movie, almost like they did like with Final Fantasy VII, Advent Children,
Yep.
if they made this into a movie, I'm all in. I'm paying my money to go
Okay.
see this Metroid movie.
Well, voice acting aside, because I can't, I don't trust your judgment on that.
Damn
The I know what kind of movies you watch.
Wait.
But yeah, I know. But what I was gonna say is like, see the way you're describing the game, how you do like that 2D, 3D thing with the Wii controller. That was one. No, I know what you're. I know how you're.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Oh,
It was one of the reasons why I did not pick up a Wii at the time,
mhm.
because I wasn't. I wasn't willing to go along with the motion controls. I just wasn't.
But then you
So
never experience, you lose out on so much stuff because you didn't know at the time if you're going to enjoy it or not.
yeah, no, I understand that, but I just did not want to do the motion control part of it. So I was like, okay, I said it's fine. Once they came out with like once I knew that there was like a Wii Pro controller kind of thing,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh, you can just play everything with a regular controller,
Yeah.
then I was interested in the Wii. But at that point, the Wii U was already announced, so I was just kind of moving on.
Well, this is
So
how I'm playing it. I'm playing it on the Wii U,
you're playing
actually.
it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's just one of the things. Now, granted, I know everybody's gonna say, oh yeah, but VR and all this stuff. I go, yeah, but like VR games are specifically designed for that. And you have the headset on and everything, and it feels like it's your first person perspective. Whereas games that have a first person perspective, when I play them on a TV, they give me headaches. So it's weird.
This is going to be proof if people actually watch our show. Because if I see the comments and I want people to comment on how
Hmm.
good the Wii is and how wrong.
No, no, no. I'm not. No, no. See, unlike you, who bashes games without playing them.
I played every one of these
Excuse me.
games I've
Excuse
bashed.
me. You bash games that you play. I'm not saying the Wii is a bad system. I own a Wii now, and I have a lot of Wii games. And I'm like, okay, I go, now it's part of my collection, and I'm okay with it. I still can't play those first person games for long periods of time because they give me
Well,
headaches.
that's good. Well, luckily this is not a first person game.
Yeah.
And also,
Except when you pause, you have to pause the 3D and shoot. Anyway,
no,
the
you just point it moves seamlessly.
let's see,
And again, you don't move. It literally just locks and you're just looking
stand
around the
still.
screen. That's all.
Yeah.
And then you lock on. And we're also going to see if people listen to the show because then they're going to be bashing me because I am way off on the timeline with this game.
Uh,
Metroid Other M actually came out after Metroid Prime Trilogy. So after those three games
oh
came.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I was way off on
All
that.
right.
But nevertheless, I'm having a blast with this.
Good.
I finished the game. Here's what I love. And look, the game came out in 2010. So it's 14 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm giving anything away, but I'll say this. When you're done with the game,
Mm-hmm.
you're not done with the game.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
One of those.
It tricked me really good.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
what I'm also doing is because this is one of the first times I think where it actually tracked your completion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try. I'm not going for a speed record at all, but I'm gonna try and 100% this bad boy.
Oh, nice.
So I've already there's three sectors and a main sector. I've already 100%ed one of the sectors. For those who played the game, I've 100%ed sector 2. I'm working on sector 1, and I'm in the epilogue version of the game.
Okay.
So, but oh
So
my,
you're going for a passing grade.
I'm gonna try one of the first
Okay.
times in my life.
Fair.
but I'm definitely going to try. And again, I'm just having and it's so much fun to kind of go back and play a Wii game like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like to go back like to those original, I'm not gonna say original graphics, but like just going back to like that original hardware, if you will. I know it's on the Wii U.
Yeah, console.
And so people know I downloaded it from the Wii shop before Wii U shut down. Because you were able to purchase Wii games on
Yep.
the Wii U. So I actually have like 5 or 6 Wii games downloaded on the Wii U.
Oh, nice.
But in any event, having a blast with this one. Almost done with it. I've already clocked in. I think I already got about 8 or 9 hours in this.
All right.
And then afterwards, I still, just to bring everyone up to speed then on my Metroid hunting, I still have the final boss to complete in Metroid Prime Remastered, which I haven't touched in probably a year or so. A year. Well, the game just came out last year because I
Okay.
got to that last boss and I stopped. So, to the point where I actually tried picking it up again the other day.
Yeah.
Totally forgot how to play the game.
Oh, I love when I do that.
Yeah. And I'm on the last boss to the point where I'm like, do I go back and restart? Because I do have Prime Trilogy, which
Mm-hmm.
is the 2 GameCube games and then the Wii game in one game, but they enhance the controllers for the 2 GameCube games for the Wii.
Mm.
Now, granted, they enhance it again for the Switch for Metroid Prime. So, in other words, I still have like after M, I still have 3 more games to go through. And then I think I would have completed all the proper Metroid games. I'm not counting,
Okay. What are you
yeah, I'm
not
not
counting?
counting Pinball. I'm not counting
Got it.
Federation
Got it.
Force
Okay.
or Samus Returns. So,
Okay. That's fair.
so that's
So you're almost done with a franchise. That's kind of cool.
almost. And I don't think I've come close. I mean, not kind of like Super Mario Brothers. I don't think I've come close to anything else like that.
Interesting.
So,
I've
but
never
that's what
thought I've never thought of a franchise completion rate. Something to think about.
yeah, I don't know. It kind of, I mean, after Metroid, then where do I go?
I mean, well, you can go for your staples. You can go check out Mario. You can go check out Castlevania.
Ooh, Pennsylvania, maybe.
Yeah, but that would include the 2 N64 Castlevanias.
Technically one. That sequel was more like a remake. More the second Castlevania N64 game was more like our bad.
Yeah, like
Here's
oops,
what
we're sorry. We're
here's how
sorry.
it
We're
should have
sorry.
been.
Yeah, we're really sorry.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, then I'm happy you're enjoying Metroid Other M, even though most people panned it.
Yeah, honestly, you got
Um,
really let me check out the reviews real fast.
well, I mean, look, not every game is going to be a hit. So that's just the way it goes.
You know what? It wasn't that bad. GamePro gave it 4. You know what's Rich talking about? GamePro gave it 4 stars. Let's see. OneUp.com gave it a B minus. IGN gave it eight and a half out of 10.
Okay,
Even
so it's
Nintendo gave it 91%.
all right. So it's got good reviews.
All right, I don't know what these
All right.
people talk about. This game's awesome.
Well, some people don't agree. Well, I'm glad you got your Metroid on.
Yes.
I have been full blown into Tears of the Kingdom.
You
I'm
know,
just
I
it is
saw.
complete. Yeah, it's completely sucked me in.
Oh, I actually, again, full disclosure, we're recording early today.
Yeah, I saw
And
you sign on at 5 a.m.
yes, I was up early, and then I went on. I'm like, let me go, down, play some games. And I was like, oh, who's on? Then I see there's Anthony. I'm like, and
Yeah.
all I can see underneath just says the Legend of, because the way the
Yeah.
wording is. I'm
Yep.
like, Tears of the Kingdom. There he goes.
Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, but I have been playing it incessantly
Awesome.
for the last like 2 or 3 weeks.
Don't you love when you finally
Yep.
get sucked into it again?
Yeah, it's just amazing. And
Oh my
and I'm
God.
almost, well, I'm kind of at the end, I
Okay.
think. So, well,
Of your nerves or of the game?
no, the game.
Okay.
Because it's an open world game, it's hard to judge when to say I'm
Sure.
at the end, because it's like I still have like these little side quests or mini quests that I haven't done yet. But
Mhm.
in terms of the main story, like I'm coming to the end of the main story. So much so, like, now I'm at that point of making a decision of, do I just beat the game and then go back and do side stuff, or do I want to do all the side stuff before I go beat the game? But then it's
Ooh.
like, if I do all the side stuff, I'm going to play this game forever. And I'm at that point where I'm kind of ready, where it's like, I think I need to move on to another game. I've been working on this game nonstop for too long.
I hate to do a comparison, but it's like, you're at the bedside of a loved one who's like, getting ready to take their last moments, and you're just like, it's time. You're ready.
Yeah.
Move on.
You
It's
mean you
okay.
mean you mean you put the sheet over them while they're still breathing?
Whoa. Maybe, depending on
You'd be
who you're
like,
talking to.
you're gonna be like, it's time. Shh, shh, shh. It's okay. It's okay. There you go.
Just
Goodbye.
walk. Go to the light.
Terrible,
Go
terrible.
to the light.
So anyway, yeah, so no, Tears of the Kingdom has definitely got me. The story has been amazing. That was a horrible analogy, Larry. Thank you very much.
No, no, no. No, I just thought of something that happened in my real life where someone might
No.
have told someone to go to the light, but be that as it
Oh
may.
my gosh.
That might get edited out, but
We're just gonna leave that right there.
yes.
So anyway, so Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
And again, it took me a while to get into it. Absolutely loving it. Contrary to what everybody else says, I'll still give the edge to Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, I think Breath of the Wild kind of was innovative for the Switch when it first came out. Like,
100%.
the first real open world, like a fully open world Zelda game, which was absolutely amazing. So because Tears of the Kingdom is the follow-up to it, I give the first one the edge. They were able, they're able to do more in Tears of the Kingdom, but going through it, and here's one of the things I'll admit about Tears of the Kingdom. When I first got it, I played it for a couple of weeks, and then I just kind of put it away because it felt too familiar to Breath of the Wild, and I just wasn't ready to go back into it. I was just kind of like,
Okay.
all right, I go, feels very similar, kind of not ready to commit 100 hours to a game, because that's the other thing too. It's like I put 110 or 120 hours into Zelda.
Didn't one of the John? I'm sorry.
One of the
I
John,
forgot
what John told me that like him and his kids put like
800.
800 hours
Yeah.
into Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, or Tears of the Kingdom, one or the other. I think it was Breath of the Wild.
Probably.
But yeah, and I was like, that pales in comparison to me. But yeah, so like I had put Tears of the Kingdom down for a long time, and then I picked it up maybe like 2 months ago. And once I picked it up, I fell into it fully, and I was like, okay, now's the right time. Like sometimes games that when you play them, it's the timing of when you play them, depending on like what's going on in your life and stuff, where it's like, oh, it's like, I want to commit myself to this big game, or you know what? I'm gonna stay back a little bit. I'll play some other things that are shorter. Like on deck, I have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh, good luck.
I know, but I can't even fathom jumping into that after I finish Tears of the Kingdom, because it's like I just went through this epic game. I don't want to jump into another epic game right off the bat. Like I need some breather games in between.
No, totally. That's me with Metroid, to be honest with you. Like when I first started this whole thing with Dread, like I never touched a Metroid game, meaning I never sat down to properly play a Metroid game. I've tried the original Metroid, whatever. I never got into it. Dread was the first Metroid game I really deep dove into. Fell in love with it. Immediately went to, I think I went to Super Metroid after that. I went straight to Super Metroid.
Yep.
Played that. Loved it. And then I went one more. Then I jumped into Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. It was after that one where I'm like, okay, I need a breather. Like I want to continue. I want to get to Zero Mission and all them.
Yep.
But I need to take a break. And then I took an extended break. Then I got into Zero Mission. Then that's when Prime Remastered dropped. And then I got into that. And that even what happened with me, I probably did Zero Mission and then Remastered back to back. And then like when I got to the final boss of Metroid Prime Remastered, which is a hump of a battle, has been a lot of other battles. Like I had to put the controller down and step away. And again, I haven't gone back to the game in months, almost a year, maybe more than a year. I forgot when exactly it dropped. So I hear what you're talking about, where you sometimes you need that breather.
You need that breather for sure. Yeah. So
totally agreed.
Yeah, so like I'm trying to figure out what game follows Tears of the Kingdom, because I'm gonna need that breather for sure. It could be one of the games that just came in the mail yesterday, which I'm gonna show off. Yeah,
I didn't even know this happened. Let's get right into it, because I forgot to start the timer, so I don't know where we're at.
That's perfectly fine. Whatever. We just go.
That's I'm fine with that.
So no, got a couple of games in the mail.
Okay.
So a shout out to Limited Run Games for this time not only honoring my order, but getting the address correct. Unlike Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, which went to Brooklyn.
Wow.
But I don't have, as far as I know, I'll double check it, but I don't think I have any other open orders with limited run games. This
Okay.
completes all my
Oh,
orders.
all right.
Until they put Clock Tower up for
Yes.
once they put Clock Tower up, then we're going to town.
I think I have one open order.
So
Limited run right now.
okay. So I have here for the Nintendo Switch a game that you absolutely loathe, and a game I just love from my childhood. I got my Boy and His Blob collection.
Oh my God, that finally showed up.
Yeah, finally showed up.
Holy hell.
There we go.
Awesome.
Why does everything look blurry to me?
Because it's the cellophane.
It's the lighting. It's a cellophane. So Boy and His Blob collection, which includes the classic NES game, A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobalonia. And then the Game Boy title, The Rescue of Princess Blobette. So
yes, I'm gonna try it. I'm waiting for
got
it
that for the Switch.
I'll download it.
Yep. And with every limited run game, they always send a card.
They do.
Yeah. So
they do.
Here's the card.
Adorable.
It's a little shiny. And it's got little scenes on it, which is nice. But as excited as I was to get that, I was more excited to get this one because I've wanted this game in my collection for a long time. And I bought this for the PlayStation when I was in Vancouver last year. I bought it for the PlayStation, but at that time I had already ordered it from Limited Run because I wanted like a good PC version of this game.
Oh, okay.
D.
I forgot they released that limited run.
Yes. Yeah. So it's the PC version. I love the box. The
box is awesome. Amazing. Very straightforward, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was actually kind of what the actual cover art is on the card. You can see it's got the face in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, again, all shiny.
Yeah, we'll
but
put it up.
But yeah, so and then I didn't realize like on their limited run cards, like is it like a card collection because they do number them?
Well, that's because all the games are numbered. Like what number is that?
350. This is 350 and Boy and His Blob 325.
No, I'm saying on the card.
Yeah, 350.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it is. So, I mean, good luck to get the entire collection now, obviously, because you would have to start from the beginning. But they have numbered games.
Yeah. So now, like, I absolutely love this.
That's awesome. That's a big box. What the hell's in there?
Well, I mean, here's an old school.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Yeah.
7 guest box.
You're right.
So they were going, they're going for the whole old school look. Yep. My biggest question about this is now the collector in me doesn't want to open it because I have the PS1 version and I'm like, do I just play the PS1 version or do I open this and play the PC one? It's like decisions.
And with that, we are going to move on. But before we do, there is a spot somewhere, multiple spots on the internet that people can contact us, interact with us, complain to us, complain about us. But hey, every hit's a good hit. And where can they find us online?
I don't know. Where?
Everywhere. That's what I said.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Okay. You can find us on Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram at RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter at RetroGamersPod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube and Spotify at RetroGamersPodcast, or you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
Yes. And with that, we are going to soldier on. Another fun thing to talk about is we're in a pretty interesting time here. A lot of cool stuff is happening. Besides the new era of wrestling that's going to be happening, we also got some great TV shows and movies coming out based on video games that are getting, again, we finally, when this all started back in the day, we've done a couple episodes about this, video game movies, video game TV shows, they were the poops. They were terrible. But as we move on, I think people realizing that, and this was my complaint from day one, just pull the game out of the television and put it on the screen. And I think people are going to buy into it. And we got 3, one of which is already out as of this recording, 2 which are coming out. Just going to mention them real fast because I'm hearing great things, first of all, about the Fallout series on Prime.
Yes. Also hearing great things. Have not watched the episode yet, though.
I haven't watched an episode yet, but yes, I'm hearing great things about it. It's a great game. Game's been around forever. Yep. And again, to my point, it looks like they're pulling the game out of the television. So really looking forward to try. It dropped on April 10th. It stars, what do we got? We got Ella Purnell plays the lead. Aaron Monten is in here as well. And then a gentleman who I didn't realize was in this. and is in another TV show that I just started watching because of another podcast that we're friends with.
Okay.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Oh,
His
all
name.
right.
And
Interesting.
I just started watching Twin Peaks for the
Wow.
first time ever because
Okay.
Team Egg, two middle-aged guys trying to work it out, did a
Yep.
amazing episode on Twin Peaks.
Oh, I got to go back and listen to that
Oh,
one.
it's a great episode.
I love Twin Peaks. Good luck, Larry.
You love Twin Peaks. A couple of
Yep.
our friends. Shout
Yep.
out to our friend Brian, who
Yeah,
I don't
Brian
know if
is
he's still doing his podcast, but great
I think
stuff.
so. Yeah.
He loves Twin Peaks. And listen, and they gave away a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to get into it, but I just watched the pilot so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, daddy, I am in.
Yeah,
So.
that show is a trip and a half.
So hearing great things about Fallout, and after like when Halo dropped on Paramount
Mhm.
Plus, and you know me, and I'm such a stickler for stuff. Like when the first X-Men movie came out, I don't know, you probably don't remember because you probably didn't pay attention to me. I
paid
remember
attention to you.
my
I just laughed at you.
my biggest complaint about X-Men, which I think is going to get resolved in the new Deadpool movie,
Yep.
was that they weren't wearing yellow spandex.
Yep.
Like, come on,
But
look
they-
like the X-Men.
But they even inserted that joke
They
into the
did.
movie, which
They did.
was a good nod because realistically, in 2000, when this movie first came out, if they were all wearing their multicolored outfits, that movie I think would have tanked.
It didn't tank with that stupid line by Storm that ruined the whole
Nope.
movie.
Nope, it did not.
What happens to a toad? No, what was it?
Well, thankfully, no. Yeah, what happens to a toad when he
struck
gets
by
struck by
lightning?
lightning? Same thing that happens to everything else.
Okay.
It's like what?
And where did your accent
thankfully-
go in the other two movies?
Yeah. Well, and thankfully they didn't put that in the trailer. Be like, please don't see this movie. But yes, I understand that you are a stickler for things being exactly the way that they are. The problem with that is with certain things, especially like comic books. At the time, you were dealing with roughly 37 years of lore, so you can only do so much. Video games may be a little bit different depending on the franchise and how many games have come out. So you can,
totally.
and so you can, and especially now we're talking now, it's 2024. Gaming is more widely accepted. Comic book movies are more widely accepted as the norm. So now you can get away with those things because it's ingrained in everybody now. Everybody understands. It's like, oh, if they're wearing a silly color, oh, it's a comic book movie. It's a video game movie. Whereas in 2000, it'd be like, why is this guy wearing yellow? This is weird. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. And so, yeah, we've come a long way. We have come a long way.
But Fallout looks really cool. Again, everyone looks like straight. Oh, that's what I was talking about with Halo. When Halo dropped, like what first episode? I didn't watch a Halo series because when I found out Master Chief took his helmet off, I'm out. I'm done. Take me out of the game. Take me out of the show. That doesn't happen in the game.
Well, what do you do with the main character who doesn't talk?
No, he can still.
Well, yeah,
talk.
I know. But,
look, if it works in Star Wars, it can work in Halo.
I want to know what you're going to do when the Legend of Zelda movie comes out and Link speaks. Are you going to get up and leave the theater?
I got to go first. Depends on what it's based on. Okay. Hey, look. I'm
just saying.
I bought into Chris Pratt, not Charles Martinet. You know what I mean? Yep. I still would have given all my money for Charles Martinet for an hour and a half in that movie.
But I'm just saying, you have to allow some
leniency. Well, look, you know what? To be fair, I'm going to counteract that or contradict that. At least I got a talking Zelda. Well, excuse me, princess. So I'm prepared.
All right. So you're prepared for awful voice acting, but I don't know what you're going to do with like an actual serious movie. We'll see what happens. Moving on from Fallout, what else are we talking about?
Dropping on Paramount Plus on, where'd it go? My date left me. The end of April. Where'd it go? Oh, well. Knuckles, the limited 6-episode series is going to be dropping. This looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
Looks like a lot of fun,
I just rewatched the two Sonic movies. They were on my very long flights to and from Asia, so I had time.
Okay.
So I had time to kill. Yeah, so I watched both of them and I forgot how much I enjoyed them.
Oh,
They're
it was
just,
so much fun.
yeah, they're just fun.
Yep.
That's it. Like we're not super serious, not like we're not getting into some crazy lore type of thing. Just fun. And I forget sometimes that movies should be fun.
I've been telling
No,
you this for as
no.
long as I've known you.
Yes, I understand that, but you take it to the extreme. You're like, I say movies can be fun. You want movies to be fun and stupid.
Look, I grew up with Mystery Science Theater. I love riff tracks. What can I
And that's
tell you?
and look, we all have our preferences. I just prefer things that aren't stupid. And speaking of stupid, I believe you're going to bring up something else.
Well, before we get into that, I didn't even realize this was a thing. CinemaCon happened over the weekend.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
And they showed, I don't know if they showed some footage, but they showed, I guess, like a teaser or something of Sonic 3, the movie. And
Yeah.
everyone's already saying this is going to be, I heard that like they want to make it like the Avengers of the Sonic movies or something like that. I don't know any
Okay.
details. I just heard something because I've been ducking and diving
Yeah.
when I was started reading into it. Because they dropped a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
Transformers 1 and some other things.
Yeah.
But with
Yeah,
Sonic,
Transformers, there's going to be a Transformers GI Joe
oh my
crossover
god, I
movie.
can't wait for that. I mean,
Yep.
did you see Rise of the Beast? Transformers?
No.
Oh my god, the end credit scene. I almost jumped through the roof at the theater when that happens because they'll just do that and they flip a card over. It says GI Joe. It's like ah. In any event, Transformers 40 years. Cannot wait. So Knuckles looks like it's really cool. Of course, takes place between Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, the movies.
Yep.
And again, they got Idris Elba. Basically, again, I think they did this with another show where they did like a spin-off series from the movie. I forgot what it was, but it just looks like Sonic 2.5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to be really fun. Looks and it looks funny. The trailers that we got just looks
Yep.
very entertaining. A third movie that's coming out on August 9th, and I saw the trailer recently for it, Borderlands,
Oh yeah. I
which I
forgot they were
totally
doing
forgot. Yeah,
that.
exactly, right?
Yeah,
Totally
I completely
forgot.
forgot they were doing that. That just went silent for a
Not
while.
only that, listen to this lineup: Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Jamie Lee Curtis,
Wow.
Gina Gershon. They found somewhere.
Where did they find her?
I think she was working a car wash somewhere in
Oh,
on
she was
Rodeo Drive.
no, she was probably working at the Tropicana, and now that they closed it,
That's true. And I keep thinking I see Harrison Ford, but it's Harry Ford, who I don't know who that is.
Harry Ford,
Now, here's what's
Harrison
interesting.
Ford's alter ego.
So this movie drops August 9th, 24. I didn't realize this. They finished filming this in 21.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
That
actually filmed it from
that kind of worries me.
yeah, well, I think because of the pandemic and everything, might have
Hmm.
slowed some things down, and then they did some reshoots in January of 23.
Mm.
Eli Roth is directing this.
Oh, that should
This
be
is an Eli
interesting.
Roth movie. Yeah. And I'm not into horror, but his movies are like off the page, aren't they?
Intense, yeah,
Yeah.
they're intense.
Now this is not a horror. I mean, I think it's deemed like a comedy, but
Hmm.
in any event, they did some reshoots in last year, 2023. But in any event, Borderlands, and again, just everything looks right off the game. Jack Black plays Claptrap. Wow, try that 3 times fast.
Jack
Jack
Black,
Black plays
Claptrap.
Claptrap. Whoa.
Oh,
Um,
you already lost it.
this looks really cool. I'll give it a shot. I'll check it out.
Hmm.
Here's the thing that I found out or discovered or fell into.
Yes.
Over the weekend, I was just, I was in between WrestleManias night 1 and 2. And I'm like, all right, let me just flip through. I'm in the mood for, as Anthony puts it, movies that I enjoy that maybe other people won't. And I'm going
Stupid
through,
movies.
and the best place to find those are on Amazon. Amazon's got some great.
Are they? I would think they would be on like Tubi or Freevee or something like
Well,
that.
Freebie is Amazon. So, but
Oh, Freevee's
Amazon,
Amazon. Okay,
if
that
you
makes
dig
sense.
deep, yeah, you'll find some great D-grade movies on
Some
Amazon.
great garbage.
Oh
Yes.
my god. But I was on Freebie by chance, and I come
Hmm.
across this live action movie from 1991, Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins.
Hmm.
I am not a Dragon Ball fan by all means. Now, I know we recently lost the creator of Dragon Ball, and
Yes.
and I recognize Dragon Ball, how big that
Yeah, it's huge.
entity is.
Huge.
I'm like, all right, a live action, because the live action Dragon Ball I remember from '09, which I didn't see, but it didn't do well at the box office.
No, they're not.
So I'm like, all right, let me see what this Dragon Ball from '91 is. Now it's straight out of Taiwan. So it's not, it was a Taiwanese movie. It was officially released in the US in '09. I started
Okay.
watching this, folks. Wow. I just can't describe doing it justice because of how bad. I mean, we're talking 1960s level Godzilla dubbing
Oh,
with
geez.
this into English. Um, in 1990, you're talking about how they couldn't pull things straight from the comic books in 2000. They should not have done it in 91
No.
because they tried making a live action manga movie. And
Oh.
so
Oh.
you got Goku, who's not called Goku in this movie. In fact, a lot of people complain about this because it's, even though it's named Dragon Ball, it's not really a Dragon Ball
It doesn't
movie.
really, yeah.
Like, they renamed all the characters, and Goku is called Monkey Boy, and his grandfather's in it, and they're jumping around the trees, and you can see every one of the lines, the the from
The wires.
the wires,
The
excuse me.
wires. Yeah.
The some of the acting is just terrible. One of the lines is I can't even believe they got away with it for a 1991, what I guess would have been a kids movie, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
When Monkey Boy sees a human girl for the first time,
Mhm.
and just I fear to repeat it here, but I thought it was hysterical when it happened. Um, if you're into Mystery Science Theater 3000, if you're into riff tracks, I don't even think they're going to touch this movie. But
Okay.
I'm an hour into it. It's an hour and a half. I'm an hour into it. I wanted to watch the first 5 minutes just to see what it was like. I
Hmm.
am all in. The extras in the movie, I don't think knew they were filming a movie when this was happening. There were actual explosions just feet from these poor people who I
Oh
don't
my
think were
God.
expecting explosions. It, it is amazing what is going on in this movie.
All right.
So when you get a chance, it's free to watch, folks. Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins. It
I don't
is an
know. That
epic romp.
that sounds too expensive for me. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my god, I can't wait to. I'm trying to find it to purchase it. I'm telling you.
Wow, Larry,
Oh,
just wow. See, you're an enabler.
totally. This I can't.
You're the $5 you pay to buy this will bankroll the next movie.
Supposedly there's an ultimate edition somewhere that I
Oh my
haven't found
gosh.
yet. Yeah.
All right.
So,
All right.
but that's
Well,
basically it. Yeah.
I'm glad you wasted your time.
Never a waste of time. But quite enjoyable. And I think
Mhm.
with that, we're going to start wrapping things up. Well, before we do that, oh,
No, we're not
where
wrapping
are we?
up. We didn't.
Yes,
Game of the week.
we do
We
have
got.
game of the
We have
week,
game of the week.
which was my pick this week. And it
It was
was,
your pick.
such a classic pro wrestling.
Ah, very nice. In box. Very
Yes.
nice.
Yeah. Very nice box, too, actually, when I picked it up.
Actually, really nice. Nicer than the one I have.
One of the few nicer boxes I own, period. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to swap them in the night when you're not looking.
Good thing I'm
Just
a
be
heavy
like, why
sleeper.
yep. It's like, why does my box look like
Oh my
garbage now? What
God.
happened?
I haven't opened this in a long time. Oh my God.
Oh
I
wow.
still got the membership, the free membership
Oh my
thing in
God. You
there.
need to fill that out and join.
I think I did way back in the day.
What happens if you do fill it out and send it to them?
Well, whatever's still at P.O. Box 2481 in Redmond, Washington.
Oh,
Oh yeah, this is where I used to get the newsletter, which eventually turned into Nintendo Power.
mm-hmm. Nintendo Power. Yep.
And then this is, I
Nice.
mean, this is crisp. So I'm gonna
Wow.
probably end up tearing it.
Be
Remember this?
careful. I love those, but I had that on my wall.
I might just hang this on my wall. I might
Yeah.
just frame it and put it up.
Yeah, I had that on my wall in my bedroom when I was a kid.
Oh, I forgot.
It reminded me of what games I wanted.
No, it has check boxes. I totally forgot. It has
Oh
check
yeah.
boxes.
Hmm. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Don't you gonna check the boxes now?
No.
You are. You are. You are.
Oh.
Larry, it's you. So anyway, yeah, so game of the week, it was your choice.
Mm-hmm.
And we
And we
did
did,
pro wrestling.
yes, in honor of the wonderful, wonderful weekend that was WrestleMania. Before I
Yes.
get into it, Ant, give me your
Thoughts.
thoughts, reminders, memory.
Yep. Well, first off, an excellent throwback to pro wrestling games. Probably one of the best.
That
That
was
oh,
never touched.
I do not have that instruction booklet. I'm very jealous.
Yes.
Um,
I think it's the first time I opened this. Yes.
Arguably, I want to say the best wrestling game
It
on
really
the
was.
NES.
Really
And it
was.
was, and which was funny considering it was like one of the earlier ones.
Yep.
Because we talked about the WWF games on
Mm-hmm.
the NES and they were not good. Even the WCW game on there wasn't
Yeah,
so great. I remember Muscle,
I do remember. That's the
the
second
wrestling
time I've
game.
talked about Muscle this weekend.
Yeah, there was Muscle, there was tag team wrestling.
Yes.
There were a bunch of wrestling games, but like this one to me is the de facto NES one
Mhm.
that because I absolutely loved it. Again, it's a very small game, it's a very quick game, there are only 6 characters in it.
Yep.
You can get through it, as I proved before we started recording. You can get through the circuit in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's a quick game, but it was just a fun little wrestling game. That's really all that it was. It was a fun
It's
little
all that it
wrestling
is.
game.
Yeah.
Yep. You only have 6 characters to choose from. Um, I have the roster right
Yeah,
here,
I got
which
it
was
right here. Yep.
yeah, Fighter Hayabusa,
Mhm.
Giant Panther, King Corn Karn,
Yep.
my favorite name, King Slender, Starman, and the Amazon.
Yes.
And I would always I always naturally gravitated to Starman. He
Oh,
was
me
my
too.
guy. He was my
Absolutely.
guy. He did the cool little drop kick backflip
The
thing.
backflip dropkick, right?
Yep.
Amazing.
Always loved that. So I ran the circuit. It was just, again, mindless fun. Anything complicated you need to do? No, but it was nice. I will say this. After buying WWE 2K24 and having to spend a good solid half an hour learning what all the buttons do and all the move sets and everything, it was nice to just go back and play a very simple AB punch, lock up, whip, move
Mhm.
set. Very simple. Takes all of 30 seconds to pick up. So that was a really nice touch. This is a game. Yeah, this is a game I would always go back and play this one. This is great to just go back, spend 10, 20 minutes, revel in my childhood. And again, as a wrestling fan, since I was a kid, there's always going to be that nostalgia there for that too. So all in all, like I thought it was a good pick, a simple pick, but sometimes simple is great.
I agree with you.
So
Yeah, I forgot because it's been a long time since I sat down to play this.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd always pick it up, especially because it's on the Switch.
Mhm.
Nintendo libraries on the Switch. So I'd pick it up and play it every now and again, but I haven't sat down to play it in a long time. Now I played it before. I haven't. I'm going to do my recording this weekend. I haven't actually, for when it drops on Thursday.
Yep.
So I don't know how far I'm going to get. I will say this: I have never actually gone through the first circuit.
Really?
I've never been able. I've never
Wow.
even seen with my own eyes, with my own controller, Great Puma.
Wow, that's
I
surprising.
well, also, I mean, to get through that, I mean, you got to go through 5
You got to
matches.
play 10 matches.
No, I actually got to play 15.
Is it?
Actually, so here's what happens:
Oh, that's
you go through the
right.
first
15.
5. You go through the
Yep.
first 5. When you do that, you become the Video Wrestling Association champion, the VWA.
Yep.
Replica belts I desperately need to get.
Yes, you do.
Then once you do that, then you have to defend the title 10 times, twice against
Mm-hmm.
each opponent. Once you do that, then you take on in an interpromotional match
Yes.
the VWF, the Video Wrestling Federation champion,
Mm-hmm.
Great Puma. Great Puma is the only character not selectable in the game.
Correct.
Once you beat him, then you win because then you're the
Yep.
dual champion. So it is 15 matches in all.
Yeah.
Well,
I forgot it was 15. I thought
yeah.
it was 10 and then you fought Puma, but no, you're right. It's 15.
So and even before, that's why I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was playing some pro
Mm-hmm.
wrestling, and I got up to I think the Amazon beat me. You just I couldn't get there. I couldn't get to the end. But that's okay because a winner is me because
A winner is you.
I continue to strive on.
Yes.
And I'm gonna give the old college try when I record it. What I loved about this game, and even back in the day, one of, as far as I can remember, the only wrestling game that features the cameraman.
Oh yeah.
Cameraman's on the outside of the ring, which I
Yeah.
always thought was awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was
Always
fun.
thought was fantastic. You get 2 commentators up on top that you can see them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Back in the day, before the internet, before I knew about video games or professional wrestling over in Japan, I'm always like, why is there a 20 count? Like, I'm so used to a 10
Yep.
count. I'm like, what is this 20 count? But that's how it is in Japan, 20 count.
Yes.
When you're outside of the ring. So, but some of the moves, and you're right, Ant, even though the moves are very simple, for a game in 1986, each character had a signature move. Um, and yeah, my go-to was Starman, to the point where how Starman became, I mean, his look, he's pink with blue
Yep.
tights and a giant star on his mask. You can't get much simpler than that.
No.
To the point where, excuse me, I went to an independent wrestling show a bunch of years ago, Pro Wrestling Syndicate out of New Jersey, and Starman was there. He
Mm-hmm.
came out to the music. He came out all 8-bit jittery, walking out to the ring. He did not do his backflip drop kick, but but he was still impressive nevertheless.
Okay.
And then some of the moves in this game that I still think to this day, for an 8-bit wrestling game, you could do a flying press out of the ring onto your opponent.
Yep.
I discovered today you can also suplex him out of the ring. I never knew you could do that.
You could suplex and body slam them.
I've always body slam them out. I never suplexed them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then just I also remembered when I was playing to the point where how sometimes the one way the computer always got me, and the one way the computer always cheaped me was when they would constantly do over and over again the spinning back kick.
Yep.
Because you can set it up where you just pick them up, spin, hit them, pick them up, spin, and they would do it like 5 or 6 times in a row.
Yep.
That's like my only complaint of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. The key to that is like when you pick them up or they pick you up, you immediately have to move your character like down or up. Otherwise, they kick you right in the head.
Yeah, no, totally. And it would happen over and over again. Or sometimes you get that
the punching
back and forth.
Yes.
And nowadays in my head, yay, boo, yay, boo.
Yes.
So yeah, very simple game, very fun game, very fitting for the weekend that we just had. I love this game, and yeah, probably the best wrestling game on the NES. I will put it up. Yes, I will put it up top 5 wrestling games, like of maybe 5th, maybe 6th, but definitely top 10. I'll go that much.
Okay.
I'll give you top 10 wrestling game of all time.
Okay.
And just
I don't know if I do that, but
out of a Meltzer 7-star match, I will give it 6 stars because I will deduct 1 star for those stupid spin kicks that the computer does to me.
Okay. I'll give it a 5. I still think it's a really solid game. I would have liked Great Puma to be unlockable. But we weren't doing those things back then.
No.
But yeah, I'll give it a 5 just for fun. It was just really, really super fun.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. So that's this week's game of the week. What is next week's game of the week, Larry?
I don't know. You tell me because I picked pro wrestling.
I will tell you. So I wasn't sure what to pick. And then I was thinking, well, first off, I keep buying games and then they kind of just go on the shelf. So, so I wanted to make sure that I included some of those games. And then while I was thinking about it, I was like, there are so many games that I do want to play. So
Folks,
what?
Congratulate. You've just learned this is our way of us trying to play old games that we've owned to really sit down and
but I went one better.
Okay.
I have decided to let Chance decide this week.
What? Chance the Rapper?
So I want to introduce you to my wheel. So
what is this? I had no idea this was happening.
Nope. So on this wheel, I have placed a game for almost every console I own. Did not include handheld. Literally just picked a game from each console, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna spin the wheel, and whatever game it lands on, that's what we're playing this week.
Oh man, there is a bunch of games I am not interested in.
I know. That's why that's the fun of Chance.
But I am interested. I find it ironic that the ad over there is for Jobber.
Yes, I do love that. Here, I'll close the ad.
Oh, they're not paying us. So
there goes Jobber. So here we go. I'm going to click and spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, that is the game we are playing.
Don't click, press Control Enter.
No, I'm clicking.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh.
And we got some spinach going
round and round she goes. Oh, keep going. No, keep going. Whoa.
Oh, there you go. So, hey, a winner is me. I was really hoping, I was hoping for Boy in His Blob, but We are this week's game of the week will be Mario Kart Wii
All
for the Wii,
right.
which, by the way, I have never played.
Oh, okay.
So
Great entry in the series.
yeah,
Great entry in the series.
so Mario Kart Wii is our game of the week this week.
And I've been playing Wii games, so that fits right into my MO.
There you go. I'm gonna have to. Well, my Wii U is out, so I'll be able to play it.
Totally.
Perfect. So
All right,
Mario
cool.
Kart Wii.
Mario Kart Wii. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And
All
with
right,
that,
awesome.
let's wrap things up.
Yes,
And
we will.
oh,
shoot, I just closed my wheel.
Oh boy.
I didn't save it.
Oh.
Shucks. I was gonna replace the game with like another game for the Wii, and
I'm pretty sure it was wheelofnames.com, and I'm sure the UI interface is not that difficult.
No. It's very easy for me to do it all over again. Anyway, yeah, let's get into some retro news.
Let's do it.
Of which I have a bunch.
Let's go.
Let's see. We're gonna start with for some odd reason, I want to start with a book. So I saw this on NintendoLife.com.
Okay.
Again, you know me. I like buying video game books and just flipping through them. I read some of them. I don't read some of them, but
You're
I
gonna
like
have one coming in the mail soon.
I like the pretty pictures. I do. Oh, that's right. Didn't we order one?
We did, yes.
We ordered one. Yeah, on Kickstarter. This one though, this one was just interesting because never a topic I would think of for a book about video games.
Okay.
It is called hardcover book, The Most Relaxing Video Games by Ryan Janes.
Okay.
So hardcover book, and it literally just covers games that are completely relaxing to play. So games like Animal Crossing New Horizons, games like Stardew Valley or Unpacking, which has been on my wish list for a very long time.
Yeah.
I've literally had it on my wish list for PlayStation and Steam, and I've yet to pull the trigger because I want to wait and see if I personally move in real life again, since I do that so much.
I feel like you're not going to. I feel like you're here for a while.
Oh man, I hope so. I really hope so. But then every time I think that, that's when something happens. So I'm trying my best not to. So anyway, most relaxing video games caught my attention. It's available now, I believe. I'm trying to see.
No,
But,
actually, I think it's coming out.
It's not
I hate to do this to you. Yeah, May 30th.
Nope.
At least according
May
to
30th.
Amazon.
Yeah, coming out May 30th. That might wind up on my bookshelf. And anybody else who's looking for, ideas for the most relaxing video games, you can pick up this nice coffee table book. It'll always give you some ideas.
Sounds good.
Pac-Man news. So we remember Pac-Man 99 and how fun that was?
It was fun.
And how dead it is now?
Yeah.
Because it killed it. Well, it's okay. You don't have to worry about it because there's a new one coming. There's a Pac-Man new Battle Royale game coming to Switch next month. So it's called Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle Chomp Champs. Comes out on the Switch May 9th.
Mm-hmm.
It's one person plays as Pac-Man. I'm sorry. Not one person plays as Pac-Man. You have 64 different people playing as Pac-Man.
Yep.
And it's got the championship edition look to it.
It does. Yeah, that became very popular. I mean, those games are awesome.
I love those games.
Oh
I go back and play them every once in a while just for fun, like a fun 5 or 10 minute romp.
Yep.
Just really good. So Chomp Champs is available for pre-order. You can buy the standard edition for $19.99. There's a digital deluxe edition for $29.99. The deluxe edition has bonus costumes, mazes, and icons.
Yep.
Alongside the main game. But Larry, a permanent Pac-Man Battle Royale.
I've played this before.
Oh.
The reason being is because it is about time that a system gets its due where it's going to start now. Games are going to be re-released.
Wait. Can I mute you?
Re-released on a system. No, because I'm recording on my side. So even though this is coming out on all modern platforms.
Yep.
And this is the one game that I purchased on the Google Stadia where it originally came out on.
Yeah. The only problem with that was there weren't 63 other people on Google Stadia.
Someone was playing because I was playing against somebody. Yes, no, it did originally come out on Google Stadia. I did get my money
Yeah.
back. But
Mhm.
all joking aside, though, it was an awesome game.
Yeah.
Even for Google Stadia, it was an amazing game. It's going to be very fun. Trust me, I'm definitely going to be getting it on the Switch.
Yep.
I can't wait for it to come out. But yeah, I'm keeping an eye out on this one.
Now it does sound like a little fun.
It
A
is.
lot. I'm sorry, not a little fun. A lot. It sounds like a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it was released on the Stadia, so people didn't really get to experience it, except one person.
I loved it.
Moving on. Um, Video game developer Cubic Games. So I don't know if you know Cubic Games.
I am familiar with them. Yep.
I personally am not that familiar with them, but they are currently having a 20th anniversary Switch eShop sale. Larry, I know you have like 5,000 Switch games,
Almost
but
500. Yeah.
yeah, but from April 12th to May 1st, they have over 100 digital titles marked down to 20 cents each
Boom.
to celebrate their 20th anniversary. So again, I'm not familiar with their collection. A couple of games that were pointed out in this article were Robonauts, Pocket Mini Golf, Hole IO.
Very simple games. Yeah,
Yes.
nothing's
Um,
major.
in one quick thing, in order to qualify
There's a
for the
caveat.
20 cents, there is a caveat. You need to own a digital copy of, I'm assuming this is one of their games, Coloring Book, which I assume is just a coloring book. So yeah, if you purchase Coloring Book, everything else will get marked down to 20 cents.
Kind of
Well,
like,
with the ones that say are on
yeah.
sale. Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. Not Two Gaming or not the one that does the
Yeah.
Christmas sale all the
Yeah,
time.
buy
Yeah.
one, get a bunch free. So
Yep.
this one is
Yep.
buy one, get access to a bunch for 20 cents.
Sounds
So
good.
if you are a Cubic Games fan, go check that out. Again, it's running from April 12th to May 1st.
We'll do.
So active now. Larry, you're gonna buy a bunch, aren't you?
Maybe.
Okay. Stick with the Switch for a second. Nintendo Switch Online got 3 more
Oh, yes.
SNES games.
Oh my gosh.
Super Nintendo games. And one of them I know you're very excited about because it's a nice side-scrolling shooter. Amazing Heberique, which I've never heard of.
Yeah, that
I
was
don't
a
know how you say
Japanese.
that.
That was a Super Famicom
Japanese
game.
Wrecking Crew 98.
I never knew this game even existed. Another Super Famicom game.
Had no idea. And Super R-Type have now been
Oh,
added to the Nintendo Switch Online.
oh,
So
Super R-Type. Good Lord. I played the heck out of that.
that was one of the ones I really enjoyed because I'm not a big side scroller shoot 'em up game.
Yeah, I know you're not. I have the Retro Bit collection. It's on a physical cart, Super R-Type and R-Type 3 for Super Nintendo.
Nice.
But still, I have it on the Switch. Is going to be awesome. Yeah, Super R-Type, phenomenal. Wrecking Crew 98. Again, I never heard of this game, but I played it this morning when I updated it. First of all, it actually comes with the original Wrecking Crew is in the game. Like when you start it up, you can select either the original Wrecking Crew or this new one. Wrecking Crew 98 is more of a two-player puzzle game. So it's not like traditional Wrecking Crew, but it's a puzzle game. You got to match colors, in the Wrecking Crew style, and you go up against another player or the computer. Very fun game that again I never heard. It started out. This is why I never heard of it. It started out as they had these like rewritable carts over in Japan that you can go to a local store and just download a game onto it. Back in the late 90s. And that's how it started out. And then it became a Super Famicom standalone game. So very cool to see them really dig deep into the archive on that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yep.
All right, and then not to be outdone, and I want to be fair.
Yeah.
Also read this morning, PlayStation Plus Premium are adding a couple of classics this week.
Okay.
So you're getting Medieval
Ooh.
for PS1.
Okay.
And Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare.
Oh wow.
Those are two of the games being added.
Awesome.
And then they're going to be they're going to be released this week alongside Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, which was announced previously.
Oh yes, yeah. I think I have that still on the.
So if you are part of the PlayStation Plus Premium, you can get access to those 3 titles. April 16th.
Okay, right around the corner.
Yes, right around the corner. So actually
when this
today,
drops.
today, yeah, our episode's on the 16th. Yeah. So today you can play those games. All right. This was a cool little thing that I found out. I did see it in the news earlier this week, but I had forgotten about it. But then this article reminded me.
Okay.
Apple is in the news.
Oh,
Because after all of these years, after ignoring it left and right and center, because they're Apple and they're a bunch of snobs.
all hail Apple.
All hail Apple. Yes, yes, you are a snob follower.
I mean, I
Apple.
went from nothing to all in on
I
Apple.
know. I don't know how you did that. As I
They gave me a taste.
I know. As I sit here on a desktop, a PC desktop that is probably 7 years old and is more powerful than the Apple computers coming out today.
What are you talking about? My iPhone's more powerful than your dumb computer.
Your iPhone couldn't do a thing, please.
It's my camera right now.
Right. It's your camera right now. And to be honest with you, it's like my Samsung Galaxy, whatever it is, that's like 4 years old, has a better camera than your iPhone.
How dare you,
Moving
sir?
on.
Continue with your news.
But I am pointing out that Apple has finally approved for their iPhones. They have finally approved a game emulator, the Delta emulator.
Very interesting.
Now available on the iPhone, so you can now play emulated games.
Now, to a point,
to
again,
a point,
they don't, they don't condone, ROMs. Like, actually, to them, it's more like, like when these new games come out, like brand new games from indie, and like you can download them like onto the analog pocket or something. Like something like that is really what it's for. Obviously, people are going to do what they do with it, but nevertheless, very interesting to see this come about. I still don't know how to load anything onto this because it's an iPhone. How the hell do you do that?
Well, that's part of the problem with Apple. They don't let you do things with your property.
What are you talking about? Everything's stored in the cloud.
Moving on. All right. We keep getting news like this, so it's not surprising to me. With all of like the apparel and accessory companies that keep coming out of the woodwork. To license stuff. Company Anacorn has released a Sega Mega Drive Genesis watch.
What?
Retailing for $800.
What?
3 different versions. And let me tell you something, these things look amazing.
Oh, yeah. Way to go. It just came up and it disappeared on me.
Yeah, they look absolutely amazing. There's a Mega Drive version, there's a Genesis version, and the covers on them, everything about them just look really, really cool. You found them?
Side note, they have Death Stranding ones as well. But
yes, they do. But
my God.
But these Sega Genesis ones, like, I would never spend this much money on a watch, but I gotta say, this is the first time I think I was tempted to do like a deeper dive on them. They just look amazing. So
they do. We're gonna put pictures up here. How the hell do you read the time? Oh, I see how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? For $800, it's actually very minimalist as far as what you even get for the reading of the time. But you're right. It looks good. What are they made out of? That's what's gotta.
Oh yeah, it's always in what it's made, what it's made from. So
I guess, but watch in aficionados will figure that one out.
Yeah. So so they look really cool. Larry's going to be out $800 in a few minutes.
I got my Apple Watch. Thank you. That I can make a Genesis thing appear on it.
Oh look, a waste of time. Moving on. For anybody who is a fan of Roller Coaster Tycoon, which I'll raise my hand right now. Absolutely huge fan. They celebrated their 25th anniversary last month in March.
Okay.
They are now having a sale on Steam to celebrate that 25th anniversary.
Damn, that's Steam.
You can purchase every Roller Coaster Tycoon game for a serious discount. Full disclosure, as of last week, I believe it was also on sale on the Switch because I bought it.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yep. Yeah, it was on sale, and I forgot that I had somebody gave me a gift card last year.
Okay.
For the Switch that I just never used, and it was sitting on there. So I picked up.
Who doesn't know you that well to give you a Switch gift card?
Well, no, I know, and that's the thing. It's like I was very grateful for the Switch gift card, but at the same time, I'm like, I like to buy physical. So it's like, it's always hard for me to decide how to spend it. So I wait.
Okay.
So I grabbed Roller Coaster Tycoon and I grabbed 2 Point Hospital on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
So
Let me know how that is.
Yeah, well, it's a
I've heard
throwback.
good things.
Yeah, it's a throwback to Theme Hospital, which I
Yeah.
loved, and I have installed on my PC over there, my old school PC.
Oh.
So that was a nice touch, and I also forgot that I bought 2 Point Hospital on my Steam, so now I have 2 copies. So it's like,
Don't you hate when that starts to happen?
I know it's silly. It's almost
Yep.
like we did an episode on it.
Almost.
Yep. All right, moving on. Sealed games being sold for ridiculous prices.
Now what?
It's another week. Although this is probably my favorite story about this, and you'll find out why.
Mhm.
A sealed copy of Castlevania for the NES
Oh, wow.
was sold for $90,000.
Wow.
But it was sold to somebody who purchased it because it was the first game his mom ever bought him, and he wanted it as part of his collection as a holy grail. So
Okay.
for once, I can. Well, first off, spending that much money on a game to me doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
That you're not going to play.
Right. That you're never going to play. It's never going to be opened or whatever. However, the reasoning behind it at least was sentimental. So
100%.
I'll go along with it. I'm also hoping that this person is rich because $90,000 on a game is a bit absurd.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I'm reading this thing real fast about it. Sealed Castlevania fetches 90,000.
Yep.
A collector reportedly spent, quote, over 23 years searching for Konami's 1987 NES Classic. I hope he wasn't looking for just the game, because just the game is available almost everywhere.
Yes.
Hopefully he was looking for a sealed copy.
Well, he posted it. He posted a thing on Instagram, and I'll read it really quickly. Okay. He said, "The search is over after 23 years. I resigned to never being able to add this grail after years of searching, but everything just came together for a childhood friend and I this week as we were able to obtain this absolute beauty. This was the first game my mom ever bought me. I still remember the phone call we made to buy it. It's a core memory, as is this past week. Couple more plane rides to go, but this beautiful first print hang tab Castlevania is almost home. Thanks for all of the support, especially," and then he thanks some people. So, for his graciousness and defeat in our battle over this amazing historical piece.
Okay, so I'm on the.
So it's a nice touch.
Totally. It's minus worlds. It's under minus_worlds on Instagram. What Anthony just read. I'm looking at the picture. All right, I see the game, which has a sticker on it for $27.87. So he totally overpaid this game.
Oh, he absolutely.
But
when since it was originally purchased at, it's still got the price sticker. Where is it? Can you see? Can you tell?
What do you mean?
What store it's from?
Fedco, I think it says.
Is it Fedco?
It's a little blurry. Yeah,
it is. It's Fedco.
So here's the thing, though. When you go to the second picture, he shows the hang tab that's still sealed. Still pressed down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see no cellophane wrapper on this box anymore.
No, but you know what? The fact that it has, I think it's because it has the hang tag, and it was never put out for sale.
No, but what I'm saying is, when you look at the first screen with it in the clear box,
it looks sealed.
There's a cellophane wrapper on it, and then there's no cellophane wrapper.
Oh, you're saying he opened it?
I think he opened it.
Maybe
I think.
Well, maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
No, it's actually quite easy to tell.
Yeah. So, well, be that as it may, it's nice to see games like this going to a home for somebody who really wants it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Granted, like I said, $90,000, whole other story. Moving on. Let's just move on, because we've been doing this show for a long time.
God forbid we talk about something.
I know. We did. We covered it. We're happy. We're happy for him. Core memory.
You got a cool Frogger thing too.
Achievement unlocked. All that stuff. New Game Boy title, Larry, for you to pick up.
Oh, okay.
There is a Game Boy game coming called Gunship DX.
Oh, yes. I saw this.
And the reason why I'm bringing it up, not only is it because it's coming to Game Boy, it's going to have the built-in rumble feature.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. So I have the original.
Which not a lot of games have that.
No, not only that, some Game Boy games had a rumble to it, but the carts were much bigger.
Yeah,
because it actually needed a AA battery.
Yes, this one's a It's just
this is a standard Game Boy cart. You're right, and I bought the original Gunship, so and I played the game's amazing. But this one it's a sequel, but with the
Rumble,
is it a sequel? Gunship 2?
Gunship DX. Well, that's a good question.
No,
Let's
no, no, no. Then
see.
it's not. No, that's DX. So it's just
No,
like a
Gunship
remake of it.
DX
Yeah.
remake. Yeah.
In any event, to have a Rumble in that regular small Game Boy
Yep.
cart, that is a feat unto itself. So hopefully more games will start to do that. But the original game was great. So definitely, if you get a chance, purchase this game. Awesome.
Yep. All right. Moving on. Got just a couple more things. One is the again, we talked about PCs last week. This would have been a much better discussion last week.
Let's call the Jacks, Johns.
But the Amstrad CPC turned 40 last week.
Wow.
40 years old.
Older, actually.
No,
okay.
Turned 40 years old, which also reminds me, I forgot to bring up retro birthdays.
Oh well.
But the Amstrad came out on April 11th, 1984. It was their attempt to break into the mini micro market. That's what they call it back then, which was like the ZX Spectrum and the C64, which, by the way, did you see last week? I don't know if we brought it up. We probably did not, but John has a working Sharp X68000.
I must have missed that.
Maybe we didn't cover it. I might have talked to him about it before the show because he showed me around the room, or something like that. And I was like, "Is that a Sharp X68000?" He's like, "Yes, it is." And I said, "Larry and I need to come over there now." Anyway,
that's awesome.
Getting back to the Amstrad CPC, 40 years old.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Happy retro birthday to the Amstrad. The only other retro birthday I really wanted to bring up this week that I found was just a game from that I purchased, that I had to mail order purchase, by the way. From 1999. It is the 25th retro birthday of Buster Groove 2, the Japanese release.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The US, I bought the Japanese one because the US one, like, it came out, but it was at the end of the PlayStation life cycle, so nobody really, it kind of just disappeared. But I had the Japanese one.
I remember you having that.
And I still have it. I still have it in my collection, which is awesome. All right. Moving on. Sunsoft, well known for making video games, recently announced that they have a retro game selection that is currently available. I'm sorry, not currently available. This is a Japanese release date. I'm sorry, I'm doing all these things at once. Coming out on the PC and Nintendo Switch on April 18th. It's called Sunsoft is Back Retro Game Selection.
I saw this, and Sunsoft is coming back. I feel
they are coming back, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So they're reviving a bunch of games. So now they have this retro game selection. It's coming out in Japanese, but now they recently announced that they're going to have English options available as well.
There are 3 Famicom games that they are releasing. Games.
There will be English translations in the future. Not 100% sure when. But no. They've announced that there'll be English translations.
Actually, the third game in the 3 that they released for they updated the Super Nintendo.
Was that a Sunsoft game?
That was a Sunsoft game, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Whatever that, not Wrecking Crew, not Super R-Type.
Yeah, the other one that I can't remember already because we're
like
way beyond
brawler.
that.
It's like a 4-player brawler.
Yeah. And the last bit of retro news, and then we're out of here. Always happy to share this at the end. Uniqlo, who I bring up all the time now because they do a lot of video game apparel. They have now announced a range of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom apparel coming into stores Thursday, April 25th. It also has it'll be in stores and online April 25th.
Okay.
So for anybody who loves Tears of the Kingdom, there's a nice little apparel collection that you will be able to purchase from Uniqlo.
Very cool.
And that is it for retro news.
And with that, we will wrap things up. Excellent week.
This was a long episode. I'm tired.
Good. Well, we are here to entertain the masses. So,
or the dozens.
Oh, that's okay. I'll if even one person listens, that's good to go.
That is true.
One final time, where can they find us?
You guys can find us on Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram @RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter @RetroGamersPod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube and Spotify @RetroGamersPodcast, and you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com. And if you do listen to us on an iPhone, I guess that's okay too.
Greatest thing ever. Don't listen to them. It's okay. Don't listen to them. It's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
At least you never blew up like a Samsung.
You know what? That is true. I'll give them credit for that. They're not powerful enough to blow up. That's the problem.
Ouch. Ouch. All right. With that, Ant, have a wonderful week.
You have a good week as well.
We'll catch you everywhere next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.